Ja, hallo, ich grüße euch. Erstmal an der Stelle, sorry, dass diese Woche kein Wochenplan kam oder kommt. Ich habe mir einfach gesagt, es kommt einfach diese Woche, kommt einfach dann Video, Stream, dann, wenn ich Zeit und Lust finde. Ähm, ja, ich habe zwar den DTG Direkt Stream nicht angekündigt, aber ja. Im Hintergrund hört man Fahrzeuge, aber wir warten jetzt noch, bis das startet und so. Ist eigentlich eine dumme Zeit, 16 Uhr. Ähm, weil einfach hier, weil ich einfach gleich schauen muss, wie 17 Uhr.
Hello everybody and welcome to Dovetail Direkt Summer 2024. This is our opportunity at Dovetail Games to tell you a little bit more about what we've been working on, and boy do we have a lot to share with you today. On today's stream we'll be covering the future of Train Sim World, including a whopping 6, yes you heard that right, 6 route announcements. We'll also be talking about a new way you can experience train simulation at home. We'll then be talking to our friends at Tailwind to find out a little bit more about the Train Sim World Tycoon Roblox game. And we'll also be joined by our friends at ViewApp to get the latest on City Transport Simulator Tram. To kick things off, we'll be starting with Train Sim World, and boy do we have a lot to share with you today. We'll be joined by our exec producer Matt Pedalston, and here's a little taster of what you can look forward to.
So, der Penno, ne? 93 ist Penno. Penno 5. Ich hab's gewusst. Pendolino und Steve.
Wow, wasn't that exciting? I can't imagine what the chat's going to be like at the moment. For this section of the live stream, I'm going to pass straight over to Matt, who has a big announcement.
Train Sim World 5 is coming on September 17th with new routes, new locos and new features. And for the first time, a more welcome entry point for all players.
Yes, I'm sure you noticed the costume change already, but one of the first things we wanted to talk about was we have been listening to your feedback as the community. You wanted a more accessible way to be able to get to the latest version of Train Sim World and be able to bring your entire collection with you. So we have heard you, and with Train Sim World 5 we'll be providing a free starter pack for all players to be able to upgrade to Train Sim World 5. Players will be able to come in for no cost and bring their entire collection with them with limited core features from day one. It'll be available for 30 days after the release of Train Sim World 5 on the 17th of September and will be yours permanently to keep. There will be some great value paid for bundles as well, and we can't wait to see all of you play the latest version of the game. So, a couple of examples. If you are a Train Sim World 3 player and you've been looking enviously over at some of the Train Sim World 4 content, such as Long Island Commuter, or the Suffragette Line, or Minetail Barn, that will no longer be a problem for you. You'll be able to get all of the routes that we will be releasing for Train Sim World 5 if you upgrade to the free starter pack.
And a second example, if you're a player who's been playing Train Sim World 2 and you have seen all of the remasters that have been coming out, so for example Cathcart Circle and with Somerset Railway, then when you move over to Train Sim World 5, you'll get all those remasters.
This will give you the freedom to play Train Sim World 5 the way that you want to without any limits. The rails really truly are yours. But if you thought that was exciting, wait till we get to our route reveals, because we have 3 amazing route reveals for you as part of the standard edition for Train Sim World 5, and we're spending the next half an hour talking to you a little bit about them. For our first route, we're going to be talking about our British route. And in Train Sim World 4, we talked to you about the East Coast Main Line and brought that to players. This year, we're going to go west.
gespannt, was für die erste Plattform bringen. Das ist alles wohl im Progress. 350 und 377, aber 377 haben wir.
First route coming to Train Sim World 5 is West Coast Main Line, London to Milton Keynes.
Jetzt haben wir
I know Matt's really excited about this one, so tell us a little bit more.
This is probably one of the most highly requested routes from players for a long time, but in particular since we did the East Coast Main Line last year, a lot of people asking when are you going to go west. This is a really busy mainline commuter route. It's got 4 tracks all the way, and you're going to be driving from London Euston across 50 miles and 28 stations to Milton Keynes and the north. It's got some really complex stations along the way. You're interfacing and then linking up with different lines like the London Underground, the London Overground, as well as the mainline train. This is just such an interesting route, and no wonder it's so popularly requested.
Absolutely, Matt. So what trains can players expect to come with the West Coast Main Line?
So the big new entry here is the Class 350 EMU. It's a really interesting train to drive, brand new entry into the Train Sim World roster. But coupling with that, you've got the Class 377 in a slightly different version to the one that you might be familiar with. Normally the 377 is a third rail train. This one's overhead powered.
And what are you looking forward to most, Matt, about this route? What can players really get buzzed about?
Lots of things to keep you interested in. The volume of traffic and really visiting so many iconic locations around the country.
Amazing. So West Coast Main Line, London Euston to Milton Keynes makes up the first route from the Train Sim World 5 roster. Just a quick note before we carry on, all of these announcements we'll be talking a little bit more about in preview live streams, as well as our roadmap coming later this week too. So you'll be getting loads more information about West Coast Main Line and all of the other reveals that we're going to be talking about today. So let's move on to Train Sim World 5's second route offering. And for our US route, we're going to be adding to our Californian collection.
Ich glaube, es haben Berlin rein. Also, ich glaube, die, nicht in Berlin, ich glaube, wie hieß nochmal die Strecke?
The next route coming to Train Sim World 5 is the San Bernardino line, Los Angeles to San Bernardino. So this route is really interesting. You're going to be driving through dense urban scenery. It's quite a contrast. If you played the Antelope Valley line, even though we're starting at the same station, it goes east instead of going north. Starting at Los Angeles Union Station, you're then going to be running 57 miles through 16 stations to get through to San Bernardino. And you might be familiar with San Bernardino from the Cajon Pass route, so you're going to be using a different part of San Bernardino than you'd be familiar with previously, stopping at the station. Probably one of the most cool things that I like when I'm driving this route is there's a section in the line where you're driving in the middle of a massive highway, you know, these big American highways are, and you're this lone train in the middle of this highway, and at certain camera angles it kind of looks like you're a train driving on the road. It's really cool. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that, seeing some really cool screenshots coming out from people. In addition to the Metrolink depot near Los Angeles, the CMF, there's also the depot that Metrolink operates in San Bernardino, the EMF. So both of those are in Annex.
And yeah, I can't wait to see all the photo mode shots as well, down the highway with the train going on there. Speaking of trains, what is going to be included, Matt, in this particular route?
So new to San Bernardino line is the Metrolink MP36 along with the Bombardier coaches, and these are going to be in 2 different liveries for the coaches as well. So there's a newer livery as well as the slightly older one. But the line wouldn't be complete with just those trains in there. So we've included the F125 and the Road cars as well, and made sure to mix it all up, because in reality that's exactly what Metrolink do. And so you'll see exactly those kinds of super realistic formations that you can drive as well.
Amazing. So there's loads of variety, loads of interesting formations, as you say. And you might have noticed as well that a couple of the stations are on routes that already exist within Train Sim World. Hold that thought, we're going to come back to that later. So Matt, what are you most excited for about this particular route?
Aside from the middle of the highways, I think that's just a really cool part. The mix-up of the trains for me is just like these are really cool, interesting trains that don't look the same all the time. The MP36 is a great train to drive, the F125 is a great train to drive, and it's just that mix-up of driving experience I think is very interesting.
Fantastic. So that is the second of the 3 core routes for Train Sim World 5. We've now filled the slots for our US and our UK routes for Train Sim World 5, and we've got one more slot to go. As is tradition, we'll be filling that with our German route. And we know you like busy passenger lines. We've already given you many in Train Sim World. Well, this year we wanted to crank it up to 11, or should that be 11?
Ich bin mal gespannt, was es ist. Ich kann das nicht erkennen. IC, oder? T. Oder 4. T! Der T kommt. Oh Gott, der T kommt. Da bin ich gespannt, wie sie das umsetzt. Welche Shit ist das? Der T kommt. Der T, der sich schon so lange gewünscht wurde. Dresden-Isar wird endlich besser gemacht. Ich kenne die Strecke aber nicht. Der T, endlich. 114 und die 114 kommt. 114.
The final route coming to Train Sim World 5 Standard Edition is Frankfurt-Fulda.
Frankfurt-Fulda.
I can't wait for this one. This is going to be so exciting for people who are fans.
Ich werde es bloß für die Konsole kaufen, weil
this is a really interesting line. I mean, probably the highlight of this route is bringing the busiest German railway station into Train Sim World 5. We're starting this journey in Frankfurt.
Und dann vorher wird Frankfurt.
It's an iconic location and it looks tremendous. So busy with so many trains, so many lines.
114 mit
really, really cool. But the line itself runs from Frankfurt via Hanau over to Fulda and is a really interesting drive. And there's all sorts of different traffic. One of the things that players have told us, particularly with the German routes, is so much variety with intercity, express, passenger, and span type traffic as well, all mixed into the same line. And that's what we've tried to do here as well.
And yes, Matt, the trains included are an integral part of this particular route. Can you tell us a little bit about what is included with Frankfurt-Fulda?
Absolutely. So the headline new train for the Frankfurt-Fulda line, another train much requested by players, is the BR411 ICE-T. This is a tilting train. It's ICE, so it's got all that sleekness that you're familiar with. But this is the tilting version of it, and it adds a lovely bit of new variety into your rolling stock roster. Then in addition to that, you've got the BR193 Vectron. This time it's in DB red livery. Going on with that, you've got the BR143,
DB
193, and you've got the BR114. So you've got a wide range of trains doing a wide range of things, from freight, passenger, express to stopping, along with layers to fill out the category from the rest of the collection as well.
Yeah, I made that 5 locos that are featured with this particular route, and that is, I think, is that a record?
It's the same number I think we did with Dresden Riesa, which is one of the things that we were really looking back to. Really told us they liked that. So that's what we try to repeat here.
Brilliant. And Matt, what are you most excited? I think this feels like an obvious question for this particular route, but what are you most excited for?
I want that ICE-T. I want to be driving the ICE-T. There's lovely swoops and curves, and this train is going to fly around those curves.
Yes, and the tilting mechanism allows you to go a little bit quicker around those curves as well, doesn't it?
Exactly that. You've got the GNT system, which means that you can go faster than speed limits, and you'll be able to, you're getting excited about that.
I'm going faster than the speed limits.
Yeah, that is a bit of me. So you'll be flying around all of these corners and having a really great time as you drive from Frankfurt.
Amazing. So that fills our roster of 3 routes for Train Sim World 5 Standard Edition. We could not fills our roster.
103 Kilometer, 24 Stationen, 411 DB Vectron, 423, 126.2 Dostos und
talking about what you can get as part of the deluxe edition. And if you want a few more locos, well, we've got you covered. So with our first loco announce, we're going back to Germany. And if you're a fan of lime green locos, I think you're going to enjoy this one.
Siemens. Vectron. Der Flixtrain. Flixtrain ist das. Die haben die Flixtrain-Lizenz. Das war schon Easter Egg gerade. Flixtrain. Die haben die Flixtrain-Lizenz, Digga. Sie haben einfach die Flixtrain-Lizenz. Die erste Lizenz, die nicht DB ist. Also
So the first loco coming as part of Train Sim World 5 Deluxe Edition is the Flix Train BR193 Vectron.
I can't wait to break up the sea of red on German routes.
It's so exciting, and this is a really cool, fun livery as well.
Das ist auch eine vernünftige Strecke für unsere Folge,
and
weil
it's
da
something
fährt
that again players have been asking for. As well as the Vectron, it also comes with like Halbert coaches that run behind these trains. This is a very exciting new operator to get into TSW. And yeah, we've been having a lot of fun with it.
And I assume with the new rolling stock, you'll be able to use that on Formation Designer as well, Matt, to sort of append to any existing German stock that you might have?
Absolutely. Mix and match. It's your game, your play.
Okay, so what is the home route for the Flix train, and what kind of services can players expect to run?
So the Flix train will be running on Frankfurt Fulda, and it's a variety of services, to be honest. It's predominantly an intercity train, but it runs long haul and rapid services.
So that is an amazing variety of services on the ever-increasing Frankfurt Fulda route. That is now 6 locos, on the Frankfurt Fulda line. So the Flix train Vectron is the first deluxe loco coming to Train Sim World 5, but we have another one for you, and we are super excited about this one. We get requests for this train more than any other British train. We think you're going to be positively tilting with delight.
So gut, britisch wieder. Bestimmt ein Dampflok, oder? Was ist das? Nee, das ist ein Pendolino, genau, das ist der Pendolino jetzt. Auch ein interessantes Fahrzeug, weil tatsächlich haben die Neigetechnik. Genauso wie der T. Das ist der Pendolino auf jeden Fall. Ich habe es schon vorher gesehen, deswegen. Ich habe keine Ahnung, aber ich glaube, der hört halt der West Coast, also deswegen kommt
The next train coming to Train Sim World 5 Deluxe Edition is the Avanti Class 390 Pendolino.
I know that there is going to be so much excitement for this one, and I cannot wait for players to have this in their hands. Matt, can you tell us a little bit more about the Pendolino and what makes it special?
Absolutely. Pendolino has a unique look and feel to it. It looks amazing. It's a fan favourite, to be honest, whether you're a player of Train Sim or just genuine train fan. This train comes in a 9 and 11 car variants. They'll be coming in representing the entire fleet of the trains, and obviously includes tilting technology.
So this is an iconic loco for UK rail fans. Matt, what kind of services can players expect to play, and on what route will they be playing?
They'll be driving the Pendolino on the West Coast Main Line, of course, and you'll be running out of Euston, going up to Milton Keynes, and there are 3 or 4 stations you'll be stopping at, or you'll be doing non-stop runs. That's quite a lot of variety you get out of this train on this route.
So with the Pendolino adding to the roster, that is the end of the routes and locos that you will be able to get with Train Sim World Standard and Deluxe Editions. Or is it? Because as part of Deluxe Edition, you will also be able to get your hands on Cajon Pass if you have not already, and all of the trains within it. And those are your routes and locos coming with Train Sim World 5. We are super excited to get these into your hands on September 17th. You will be getting the West Coast Main Line, London Euston to Milton Keynes. You'll be getting the Frankfurt Fulda route, the San Bernardino line, and if you get the Deluxe Edition, you will also get access to the Flix train Vectron, which runs on the Frankfurt Fulda route, and you'll also be able to get access to the amazing Pendolino, which will run on West Coast Main Line. You'll also get the Cajon Pass route, which will add some freight services to San Bernardino too. However, that is not all you're going to be getting with Train Sim World 5, because we have some amazing core features coming with the game as well. We'll be telling you a little bit more about those in a second. So when we were compiling the list of features for Train Sim World 5, we did this with players in mind. We see every week that there are feature requests, they've done player surveys, and we've tried to build out the feature set based on that feedback. So with that, and I'm so excited for this because beforehand, I'll be honest with you, it was the bane of my life. Matt, tell us a little bit more.
So the live map's a very exciting upgrade. It's something players have been asking for a long time, and it's brilliant to actually be able to get to that now for everybody. There's a couple of major improvements that we're looking at here. So you're looking at new labels coming onto things, so you'll actually know where you are by name. Again, possibly the most requested feature of the map is where am I? In addition to that, we've changed how the signal graphics look, so you'll now know which way the signal is facing, which is always quite useful. We've changed the graphics for how they look as well in terms of the icons that are used. And there's a legend that tells you all of these icons now, so you don't have to try and remember what they all mean. What colour does this marker mean? Platforms, stations, objectives, all this stuff is going to be shown. And then if you hover the cursor over a train or a signal, you get a tooltip with lots more information about it. So you can really find out a lot more about what's going on that 2D map now.
Yeah, and I think it just looks more attractive as well, doesn't it? It looks a lot more user-friendly, and that's kind of a theme that we'll be putting forward through a lot of these features today as well. Regular Train Sim World players might be aware of conductor mode. We've trialed it on a couple of scenarios within Glossop Line and more recently Long Island Commuter, and the feedback was spectacular. So we have implemented it into a full game mode, which is coming with Train Sim World 5's core routes. Matt, can you tell us a little bit more, please?
So yeah, this is a way for you to enjoy your favourite routes and trains. If you're not interested in driving for a little while, you want to ride the train, but you want to stay busy. Conductor mode allows you to go and collect tickets, check them, get rid of passengers that shouldn't be on the train. It's about clearing the baggage, and one of the main roles of conductor is maintaining safety of the train and the passengers. You'll be opening and closing the doors. So there's quite a lot to do to keep you busy. And these two modes we did previously were really popular with players. Number one request was, I want it in service mode. Here it is in service mode.
Exactly, and it gives players variety, gives them a different way to enjoy the game, and also everyone to have that little bit more immersion when they're playing Train Sim World 5. So for the next Train Sim World 5 core feature, fast travel, Matt, I'm going to start with a question. I'm playing on a route on Train Sim World 5 and I've got to the end of my service. What do I do?
So previously, you'd have to find something to do where you're finishing your service, or go back out to the menu and pick something else. But now you can think, what if the service I want to run is somewhere else on the route? Or maybe then I look on the map, the nice new shiny 2D map, you can see there's some really cool stuff happening on another station. Now you can just fast travel there immediately.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. All you need to do is click the location on the 2D map and you'll be teleported straight there, meaning that you can customize your experience to any way you see fit. So that's fast travel. For the next Train Sim World 5 core feature, which is route hopping, Matt, I have another question for you. So I am doing a Metrolink service to San Bernardino. I get to the end of my service, and what happens next?
So route hopping allows some really cool extra stuff here. So if you've got Deluxe Edition and you're in Cajon Pass, you can now use route hopping to jump to San Bernardino on Cajon Pass and change route, but without changing station, which is very cool. That means that now I can go from having driven my Metrolink train to San Bernardino, route hop to the other route, and then I can drive a freight train to Barstow.
So this is a way to extend your experience within Train Sim World and be able to go from one route to another seamlessly. You might have noticed some of the other Train Sim World 5 routes have connections to existing routes in the Train Sim World back catalogue. So the West Coast main line will connect to Bakerloo, and Frankfurt Fulda route will also connect to the Castle Würzburg from day one, as well as San Bernardino also connecting to the Antelope line too. So you've got a really, really long experience there if you use route hopping. So with all of those features, you'd be forgiven for thinking that was all Train Sim World 5 had to offer. But no, we have more for you, because there are some brilliant features already existing in Train Sim World which we have tweaked and we have improved, and we'd like to tell you a little bit more about those now. So the first of what we're going to call additional features include an update to photo mode. Matt, do you want to tell us a little bit more?
Absolutely. The biggest improvement in photo mode is the ability to customize the weather and the time of day in real time while you're taking the screenshot. So we pause the game and you line up the camera where you want it to be, and then you think to yourself, I wish there was a bit of snow here, and I wish the sun was in a different place because it's kind of blurring the shot out at the moment. So you can now move the sun effectively by changing the time of day and season, and then change the weather. So you get exactly the shot you want. And none of this gets in the way of your gameplay, because the minute you press resume, it all snaps back to how it was.
Amazing. So another opportunity for players to get the perfect shot, customize their experience.
Absolutely.
Our next feature is a feature that we have had in Train Sim World for a little while now, but has had a bit of a facelift. It is Training Centre.
So with Training Centre, we've added a new locomotive. We've added the BR146.2, so we've now added some German-themed tutorials into Training Centre. We've reworked all of the tutorials and added a bunch of extra ones that cover different topics and an expanded range of subjects. And then we've added some textual tutorials in that you can just go and look up, along with some video support and images. So it covers an enormous range of topics now, including technical details like what signals do and how you interact with them, what safety systems do, and other details like that. So you've really got a lot of time that you can look in now on the Training Centre. And what's even better is that you can call all this up while you're in the middle of another drive. So you press the pause key and you can call up Training Centre and go and look at those reference materials when you're stuck, rather than having to come out and go back in again.
And that's so important. And again, we talk about features that we're particularly excited for. I know this isn't necessarily the sexiest feature, but it is something that is really important because we get so many people tell me, I don't know what I'm doing here. And the ability to be able to do that within a game session will be so important, as well as all of the upgraded tutorials that we'll be giving you with Train Sim World 5. And speaking of accessibility, something that is really important to us at Dovetail, we wanted to do something to really, really help with that. Modern trains are very, very digitally based, and that can mean reading really, really tiny things on a screen and not having an awful lot of navigability. So we have enhanced the digital display screens you will see on many of the trains in Train Sim World 5. Matt, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the key things is that when you're trying to interact with these or even view them, they're moving around with the movement of the sway of the train, and they're quite fine details, and it can be quite fiddly to interact with. Well, now you can just click on the screen and zoom it up to the full screen. And while it's zoomed up like that, it won't wiggle around at all, making it immensely easier to interact with. And that's a benefit to everybody, whether you have difficulty interacting with it before, whether you just want it to be nice and clear on your screen. So that's a huge improvement. And then we're also adding the ability to navigate the cursor around using keyboard controls as well, because not everybody likes using a mouse or using a joystick, and they want digital controls to move the cursor around the screen as well.
That feels like a really, really nice quality of life improvement, and we hope the players find it really useful too. And finally, for this section, we brought suspension improvements to some Train Sim World 4 locos. We can confirm that that will be a standard feature in all Train Sim World 5 locos moving forward. And that is that for Train Sim World 5's core features, coming to you on September 17th. Here is that list again, so you can take a look at it. As with all of the stuff that we've talked about over the course of this Dovetail Direct, you'll be able to find out more information and see it in action during our live streams, during our roadmaps, during our articles, our preview videos. There's going to be loads of opportunities for you to be able to see this stuff before the big day. So if you're as excited as we are about Train Sim World 5, you'll be wanting to know how you can get involved on September 17th. Well, as we mentioned beforehand, there are plenty of bundles and options on offer, including the starter pack, which is the free option to upgrade with limited access to Train Sim World 5 core features, and none of the rest we talked about just now, but it will get you one. You'll also have the opportunity to get the standard edition, which has the 3 routes that we talked about, as well as also all of the Train Sim World 5 core features. We think this one is best for new players coming to Train Sim World 5 for the first time. The next one is our deluxe edition, which also contains everything that we just talked about, plus the Flixtrain, Vectron, and the amazing Pendolino, as well as Cajon Pass. And with deluxe edition, you will also get 5 days early access to Train Sim World 5, so you can access it on the 12th of September ahead of anybody else. However, if you're a collector and upgrading from an earlier version of Train Sim World, perhaps Special Edition is the best version for you. It is our best value offering and contains 5 additional routes that we have handpicked because they are some of our favourites, as well as also interacting with other Train Sim World 5 core routes via the route hopping feature. As you will have noticed, standard, deluxe and special editions will also get either a pre-order or a loyalty discount depending on the platform that you play on. Please check out our website for more information. And we are delighted to announce that Train Sim World 5 will be available on Game Pass for Game Pass players on September 17th as well, which is very exciting. Right, so how do you condense 30 minutes of Matt and I talking into one graphic? Well, here is a summary of everything you can expect with Train Sim World 5 coming to you on September 17th. So Matt, in practical terms, what does that mean that players get for each of the versions?
So Deluxe Edition, that's 20 locomotives and 15 pieces of rolling stock. And in Special Edition, 31 locos and 21 pieces of rolling stock.
Which is an amazing way to kickstart your Train Sim World collection. We have an impressive selection of routes and locos this year, we hope you'll agree, and a really formidable set of core features requested in the most part by you folks at home. So we hope there is something for everybody in Train Sim World 5. As with everything we do with Train Sim World, we want to show you a little bit about what we're working on before we get to September 17th. So we will be kicking off with our roadmap live stream on the 22nd of August. That is just 2 days away. We're going to talk a little bit more detail about all of the things that we've spoken about today. And we'll also be previewing all of the content that we have been talking about in the next 3 weeks before launch. Put the dates in your diaries because you don't want to miss them. So that is the Train Sim World 5 section of the live stream done. But there is still plenty more to look forward to, including 6 Train Sim World route reveals, which we're all very excited about, and a couple I think you'll be really surprised with. We'll also be talking a little bit about a new way to experience train simulation. That will be coming next. and we'll also be talking a little bit more about our Train Sim World Tycoon game for Roblox. That will be with our friends at Tailwind, and we'll also be checking in on the View app team to get a little bit more information about what they're working on with City Transport Simulator Tram. So stay tuned.
To finish off this section, we've got a special treat for you. Enjoy the new game trailer.
Ich finde es toll mit dem Text. Wir haben wenigstens noch eine weitere Text. Wäre noch toll, wenn sie diesen ganzen nehmen. So können sie nicht hier. Oder waren das die 6 Guten? Dass sie nicht das direkt.
Well, I for one, I'm very excited for September the 17th. But next up, we are super excited to be able to announce a new way that you will be able to experience train simulation. And we are so excited for this one. We can't wait to be able to show you everything that we have planned for you. Well, that's really my announcement, isn't it? Train Sim World is coming to VR.
VR. Da kann ich eh nicht nutzen. Ich hab sowas nicht. Verrückt. Was krass, wenn man das VR startet. Ja. Könnte schon lustig sein. Oh, no, okay.
Hi, I'm Kat, the Associate Producer on Trains.
Hi, I'm Will, I'm the Assistant Producer on Trains.
And we are very excited to announce Train Sim World VR New York coming to MetaQuest headsets 2 and 3.
For years, we've been making and playing train sim games, and we're really excited to put you in the driver's seat in VR.
Train Sim World VR New York will be the first train simulation game exclusive to the MetaQuest platform.
So where in New York is this set, Kat?
So for our first venture into VR, we will be recreating the Harlem Line route that was also featured in TSW, and we are very excited to show you a glimpse of it today. Welcome to Train Sim World VR New York, a brand new game to experience train simulation in VR. We're currently on the Harlem Line route in New York, driving the M38 train. Today we will show you a quick overview of what you can expect. You'll start each day in your own apartment, where you can choose which services you would like to drive. You'll also find some interactable elements in your room that you can play with too. The wall-mounted TV will be your main menu within the game, where you can select gameplay options and view the leaderboard. Let's choose a scenario and jump to the platform.
Da sieht man, dass es halt einfach ist, da sieht noch nicht alles so nett aus.
In the cab, you have an interactive tablet that will act as your
VR
HUD and will
braucht wohl
display
sehr
the
viel
reverser
Leistung.
status, acceleration and speed of your train. Insert the master key, set the reverser, and you're ready to go! Once the train is ready, set the throttle and traverse the atmospheric sights of the Harlem route. Explore stations to find collectibles that you can decorate your apartment with. Top the leaderboard with your friends and become the best driver, all within your Meta headset.
Aber eine coole
Thank you
Idee.
for watching our current showcase.
We have been working with the very talented developers at Just Add Water, who have been working alongside us to bring this VR vision to life.
And the exciting thing is, Train Sim World VR New York is heading your way next year in 2025. So you can wishlist it now on the Meta Store, or you can scan the QR code on screen. And that will take you to the TSW website for further details.
We are so very excited to see you in VR next year.
So Train Sim World VR New York is available to wishlist now on the Meta store, so go and check it out. Next up, we have our route reveals. We are going to be talking a little bit about what you can expect from Train Sim World 5 over the course of the next few months. And to tell you about all of these exciting routes, I'm handing over to Alex.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Take a Ticket Reveal Show. My name's Alex and I'm the Senior Community Manager here at Dovetail Games, and you might just recognize me from our TSW monthly roadmap streams, which is a good coincidence because today we're going to be talking about the roadmap for Train Sim World 5. So I've got a set of 6 future TSW add-ons to reveal today, and we're going to be talking about what's coming next after the release of Train Sim World 5 on September 17th. And here's how it's going to work. I've got a special wallet over here, thank you, and inside this wallet are 6 different tickets that we're going to be pulling out one at a time, and they will relate to the 6 different add-ons that we're revealing. So why don't we get started? So let's go through the tickets. I'll turn my wallet round and we'll draw each one at a time so we can see what we have in store for us. And I hope some of these may be somewhat recognizable. Take any stylization with a little pinch of salt, but they are meant to reference their real life counterparts. And there we have it, our 6 route reveals. And if they're not familiar, don't worry, because I'll be talking about what each of them mean in just a moment. So let's start talking about these in more detail. I'll pass my wallet back, thank you. And let's talk about the first one we've got here. So let's draw this ticket here. and I can reveal that this is a US ticket. It will be the next US route coming to Train Sim World. And I can reveal that this is the MBTA commuter Boston to Framingham Worcester line. You'll be able to head west from Boston South Station to Worcester in the magnificent HSP 46 with the double-decker coaches. But that's all I'm going to be revealing for the Boston route today. But don't worry, as we'll be following up with this in our TSW5 monthly roadmaps as usual, so you will be able to find more information as we go into the future. But let's move on to our next ticket. So I'm going to draw the nice blue and yellow striped ticket here. Now this is meant to be referring to a very vintage style UK ticket, and actually it relates to a TSW 2020 route. And I think the bold text in the middle does give away that this will be a remaster, and it will be for the Great Western Express. Now this will see an upgraded route, completely overhauled stock for the Great Western Express and the Diesel Legends of the West add-ons, including a brand new timetable, the new conductor mode from Train Sim World 5, and something blue, which is just a little extra teaser in there. And for those of you who don't know what we mean by remaster, we'll be taking the current Great Western Express route and boosting it up to the TSW5 feature set for free for owners of the Great Western Express route already. And as we've heard earlier in the stream, you'll be able to get this via the free starter pack or any of the paid bundles for Train Sim World 5. Now we still have 4 more tickets to talk about, so join me later in the stream to continue the reveals.
Some super exciting routes for British and US rail fans there. But next up, we have our friends at ViewUp giving us an update on City Transport Simulator Tram. It is currently in early access on Epic and Steam. Here are Jan and Daniel to tell you a little bit more.
Thank you, JD. Hi everyone, I'm Jan, Community Manager at Dovetail Games, and today we're coming to you from the ViewUp office here in beautiful Vienna, where the development team is hard at work.
Yeah. Hi everyone, I'm Daniel, Marketing Manager at ViewUp and Creative Director of our recently released new tram simulator, City Transport Simulator Tram. We're really excited to be here today to share some exciting news and give you a peek behind the scenes.
Whether you're a seasoned driver or new to simulators, City Transport Simulator Tram has something for everyone. Set in the expansive tram network of Tramau, a picturesque city in southern Germany, this game offers over 25 kilometers of dense networking track to explore. Drive trams from multiple countries, create your own tram lines, generate timetables and manage your very own tram operation.
Released in June on Steam and in July on the Epic Games Store in early access, we already brought you some incredible roadmap updates, including bug fixes, performance boosts, and exciting new features like the short Ulf A1 tram, a map extension, collectible postcards, and a quick play mode. And today we're super excited to announce our biggest update yet, version 0.3. Packed with features, this update is set to open up our new stop in early access. So let's dive right in.
First up, let's talk about the career mode in CTS Tram. In the last update, we made it possible to advance up to level 34, unlocking new resources and icons. In the newest update, you can now finish career mode and advance to the highest level with level 50. This means more customization options and maximal resources to expand your line network and fleet, along with a continuation of our story through the in-game email system.
The team really focused on giving players more depth and narrative to enjoy. We also wanted to delve deeper into the lore of Tramau, just like we did with the postcards collectibles in the last update. So, for version 0.3, you can uncover more about the city's history with revamped loading screens, each featuring specific backgrounds and stories for every station.
And for our train enthusiasts, we got some fantastic news. We partnered with Deutsche Bahn to introduce real, licensed trains to the main station in Tramau, enhancing the realism we're striving for in City Transport Simulator Tram. With a train track running through the heart of the city, you'll see these trains in action throughout all your ring lines, adding an extra layer of authenticity to your transport network.
Customization will get a major upgrade too. We're introducing 10 new livery options for each of your trams and a lot of new operation icons. Whether you're in sandbox mode or leveling up in career mode, you'll have plenty of options to make your trams your own on the streets of Tramau. So you will not only be able to choose between the original and the green Tramau livery, but between a lot more different color options.
Now, let's talk about the heavy hitters of this update. You'll be getting an exciting new free map expansion. We're extending the Northern Tram network with 2 new stations. This expansion allows you to choose between the already known Lichterallee terminus and the brand new Grüner Hügel terminus when routing your line through Danielsplatz.
But that's not all. The highlight of this map extension is the terminus at Grüner Hügel, which features multiple sidings where you can start and end your day as a tram driver. With this update, you can finally begin your session with the tram turned off, using the fully functional eBus system to start up your tram and drive to your first station as a Sonderzug. At the end of your day, you'll return to the sidings, adding a new level of realism to our tram driver experience.
The VR team has put a tremendous amount of effort into making these sidings as authentic as possible, inspired by the real-world Olympiaschleife in Munich to deliver the most immersive experience.
And finally, we're unveiling the 5th tram available for free in CTS Tram's Early Access, the Type D tram from Vienna. This modern model comes equipped with the latest board computer and cruise control, making it easier than ever to maintain speed limits. Available from the get-go in sandbox mode, or unlockable at level 40 in career mode, this tram is set to be a game changer.
So, let's recap. More liveries, more icons, more levels, more lore, Deutsche Bahn trains at the Tramau train station, a brand new map extension, sidings to start and end your day as a tram driver, and the brand new Type D tram from Vienna. That's a lot of new features.
Yeah, and while the game is currently available on Steam and Epic, CTS Tram will also be released on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. We don't have a date for you at this stage, but rest assured it's coming and we'll have more for you soon. In the meantime, grab the new 0.3 update on Steam and the Epic Game Store and wishlist City Transport Simulator Tram for consoles.
Also, stay tuned to our roadmap articles on Steam and Dovetail Live for all the latest updates. We're now at the second stop of the roadmap and there's still so much more to come.
Thanks for joining us today and happy tram driving. Back to you, JD.
Das nerv ich halt, wenn die so extra so ein bisschen länger labern, so, weißt du? Soll einfach das sagen und dann gut ist. Ja, so das war schon. Na komm. Die nächste Strecke sehen. Ja, danach kommt noch Taru und dann kommt danach muss besser das 3.
Some exciting news there from City Transport Simulator Tram. You can download that in early access now on Steam and Epic. So next up, we'll be going back to the Take a Ticket reveal show with Alex. We've got 2 more exciting routes to reveal.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Take a Ticket reveal show, the show where we talk about the future TSW add-ons coming to Train Sim World 5 after its release. Let's get back into the reveals. Thank you very much for the wallet. Here we go. So let's put them all out on the table. We have the MBTA commuter route, we have the Great Western Express remaster, we have 4 more tickets that we haven't revealed yet. Right, brilliant, let's hand the wallet away. And we're going to be starting with this ticket. So you may recognize this as a German ticket, and it will be a German route that we're revealing next. And I can reveal that this will be the Pfälzische Ludwigsbahn Mannheim to Kaiserslautern. Roll up the hills of Baden-Württemberg and embark on passenger services from local S-Bahn to meandering ICE traffic. Enjoy a different pace on the rails between Kaiserslautern and the busy hub of Mannheim set in the 2010 era. So that's the route, let's put that back, and now let's move on to our 4th reveal. And it will be this ticket. Now this is a very common looking site for those of you across the UK. But where are we going? Well, I can reveal that this ticket is a new country for Train Sim World. We're going to Wales with the Cardiff City Network. You'll be able to enjoy diesel multiple units across a complex network style route. So that's it for this section, but join me shortly and we'll be revealing the final 2 tickets for today.
Preso i Gymru. That's about as much Welsh as I think you're ever going to get out of me. But we are super excited to bring that to you in the future for Train Sim World 5. Next up, we're going to be talking to our friends at Tailwind, who are developing our Train Sim World Tycoon game for Roblox. This is something completely different to anything we've ever done before, and we can't wait to see what you think of it.
Hello, I'm Benjamin, Senior Community Manager here at Dovetail Games, and I'm here to talk to you about an all-new Trains experience, created in partnership with Dovetail Games and Tailwind. Train Sim World Tycoon on Roblox coming later this year. Roblox presents us with a really exciting opportunity to introduce trains to an entirely new audience. Dovetail Games' part in this world is to bring all the wealth of experience of trains, while Tailwind are coming in hot with a wealth of experience developing titles specifically for Roblox. And if you didn't know, Roblox has over 70 million players every single day. That's a lot of new potential rail fans. It wouldn't be Dovetail Direkt without having a few little sneak peeks to show you. We have 3 videos total showing you a glimpse of what's to come in Train Sim World Tycoon. Let's take a look at some trains in action.
Hello, I'm Dan, Design Director at Tailwind. Welcome to Train Sim World Tycoon. We're mixing the joy of driving in Train Sim World with a genre that Roblox players love, the Tycoon. They'll build and run their own stations, and then they'll drive trains around a charming world that's shared with friends. We have a good mix of classes in our train lineup, all inspired by real-world classics and beautifully modelled by our 3D artists. And you can drive them all. We've simplified the driving mechanics for a younger audience, but kept the feel of driving, the sense of speed, the feeling of weight and momentum, and most importantly, the horn.
So there's much more to Train Sim World Tycoon than just driving trains. This is Tycoon after all. So here's a little glimpse of what that actually means.
Tycoon is a simplified version of city building games like SimCity, except you do everything in-world as your avatar, by standing on buttons. The bigger your station gets, the more money you make. And the more money you make, your station will get even better. You'll start off with a station something like this, and end up with much fancier structures, like this. It's a really simple and really Moorish genre that's huge on Roblox. We hope Train Sim World Tycoon will be the first stop on a lifelong love of trains for millions of players.
The team at Tailwind have been very busy creating an entirely new world for you to explore. So let's take a look at the world and the map in action.
The world we're building is full of charm and character, so there's always something to see outside your train window and always something to aim for on the horizon. We've added all kinds of different locations and biomes, so that we can create the feeling of a varied world. We want this world to feel alive, so we're creating characters to work in your stations, ride on your trains, and run stations of their own. And all of them absolutely love trains. This is a world of people who love trains, for people who love trains, and we can't wait for you to see it.
So that's all we have to show you today for Train Sim World Tycoon, but there is plenty more to come over the following months. In summary, Train Sim World Tycoon on Roblox is an all-new train experience expanding the world of Train Sim World. It's for all ages, free to play if you have a Roblox account. For those of you who are super eager to start playing, early access will be available so you can get your hands on the game before its official release. Train Sim World Tycoon will be available on Roblox, which is pretty much playable anywhere, but I'm going to list off a bunch of them for you anyway. PC, Mac, iOS and Android. Yeah, you can play on your phone. Xbox Series X, S, PlayStation 4 and 5, maybe even your smart fridge if it has the internet. For more information and to keep up to date with all things Train Sim World Tycoon, head over to our website, trainsimworld.com, either on screen now or in the description below. We can't wait to see you in Train Sim World Tycoon on Roblox later this year. Ciao for now.
wir haben es bei geschafft. Hier kommen noch Reveal von den 6
Thanks for that, Ben and the Tailwind team. We're really looking forward to seeing how that one develops. Next up, we are taking our final visit to Alex at the Take a Ticket reveal show. He's got 2 more routes to reveal to you.
Welcome back to the Take a Ticket reveal show for the last time today. So let's grab our special wallet and let's take a look at the different tickets inside. So we're going to turn this round and we're going to draw them out as we previously have done. So let's pass the wallet back. And now we're going to be revealing the final 2 tickets for today. So I'm going to start with this one. This is supposed to reference a very historic looking UK ticket, roughly around the 1980s era. You can also see that Just Trains is included, so this will be the route that Just Trains have been teasing, and I can reveal tonight that this is the West Coast Main Line, Preston to Carlisle. So I reached out to the Just Trains team for some top level information on the route, and they came back with 3 short, big statements. 90 miles, Shap Summit, Class 87. And I hope that summarizes it well enough, but we're going to be following this up with more information in our upcoming roadmap live streams. And so that leaves us to the final ticket reveal for today, and it will be this one right on the end. So I hope you may have recognized this in the chat, but if you haven't, don't worry, but I can reveal that this is another new country for Train Sim World. Do you know where it is? Well, we're going to the Netherlands with our first ever Dutch route, Zwolle-Groningen. So this route will feature both express and commuter traffic. It will feature the iconic ICM Koploper train and the modern SNG Sprinter Next Gen units. And with that reveal, those are all of our 6 different TSW feature add-ons coming to Train Sim World 5. I hope you've enjoyed the Take a Ticket reveal show, but that's it from me. So for now, goodbye.
I bet you weren't expecting we were going to be bringing the Netherlands to Train Sim World 5, but I hope you're all excited. Here's what that means for the Train Sim World 5 roadmap, which is our way of being able to show what's coming and when it's coming to you. If you've been around for the entire stream, you will have realised there is a lot to come for Train Sim World 5, including all of the routes and locos coming with Train Sim World 5 Standard and Deluxe editions, as well as all of the add-ons that we have talked about in Alex's reveals. You can see these are split down by 0 to 3 months and other projects which are a little bit further out from release. So you can get yourselves excited, put stuff in your diaries, and get an understanding of when your favourite route is coming to Train Sim World 5. So with the Netherlands, Wales and Japan coming to Train Sim World 5, that brings us to 11 countries represented within the game, and for that I'm really excited. As a quick note, the Tadami line, our Japanese route developed by Union Workshop, we'll talk a little bit more about in our roadmap stream next Thursday. And that's your full picture of the Train Sim World 5 roadmap. There will be other things that we'll be adding to this over the course of the next few weeks and months, but there are some of the big hitters to whet your appetites. So there you have it. What a 90 minutes. We have got so much to be talking about over the course of the next few months, and we hope you're as excited as we are for everything we have announced. For more information about anything that we've talked about over the course of this live stream, please check out the Train Sim World website where you can find more details of all of the things we've mentioned. I'm going to give you a quick summary of everything that we've talked about over the course of the live stream, kicking off with Train Sim World 5, which is coming on September the 17th, 2024. We're going to be covering all kinds of routes, including the West Coast Main Line, London Euston to Milton Keynes, San Bernardino line in the US from LA to San Bernardino, and in Germany, the Frankfurt Fulda route, Kinzigtalbahn. We're going to have on the deluxe edition the Flixtrain Vectron and the Avanti 390 Pendolino, and we are so excited for you to be able to try all of those different pieces of content in Train Sim World 5. But there will also be some great value paid for bundles as well, which contain all the routes that we've talked about, as well as also the deluxe edition. If you go in special edition, you'll also get some additional routes thrown in for good measure too. Deluxe and special editions will also enable you to get into Train Sim World 5 5 days early in early access as well. To be able to get in on the 12th of September. Train Sim World 5 will also come with a whole host of new core features, including an updated live map, conductor mode, route hopping, fast travel. Train Sim World 5 will also be available for Microsoft Game Pass from day one, so you can get it on the 17th as well. Standard edition, deluxe edition and special edition will all contain either a loyalty or a pre-order discount. Please check out your platform for more information on these. And it's available to pre-order now on consoles as well as being available in the next couple of hours on PC platforms. Please check out our website for more information, and if you like what you see, we'd love to have you on board. We also